Well, hello, everybody. I hope you've had a blessed day. I've had a blessed day. I cooked a big old pot roast for supper and put potatoes and carrots on it and onions, and that's what me and my daughter had for supper tonight. But I fixed too big a roast, so I'm gonna keep the leftovers, and tomorrow we're gonna have hot roast beef sandwiches. I'll make gravy and toast, and we'll have some of that left. And I had some carrots and potatoes left if she wants that, but I've already got my supper cooked for tomorrow night, so I won't have to cook it tonight. And I hope you've had a blessed time this week, and things has went your way, and everything's real perky for you. And I got outside or I didn't go outside today, but I got to thinking as I was cooking my roast and doing a few things in the house. I got to thinking about one time when my girls were real small. They wasn't real small. They was old enough to know better. There's about 8 and 10 years old, or maybe 6 and 8, something like that. But I was outside squirting my yard. I always have something that I can water outside, my trees or a plant or something like that. And I was outside watering, and one of my little old neighbors that used to just wave at me, she'd see me and she'd wave and I'd wave back at her. Well, she walked over to my house and she said, Betty, said, I don't know who it is, but said, she said, I just really don't know who it is. But she said, somebody is coming up to my door and they're ringing my doorbell and knocking on my door. And when I go to the door, there's nobody there. And said, they've done it so much, I'm getting tired of it. Said, I don't know what kids it is or where they're coming from or nothing, but said, they're knocking on my door and ringing my doorbell. I said, well, I tell you what, Miss Smith, I'll start watching too, and we can see if we can catch ever who's doing it. And I thought, oh yeah, it has to be them kids from across the street, because they were always into something, always doing something. So it had to be them kids. It couldn't be, anybody else but them kids, because nobody else's kids would do that. And so I stood out there watering, and pretty soon I seen her go across the street, and she talked to the lady across the street. And I didn't think nothing else about it, but I did get to watching out to see if I could see kids running down the street and hiding in different things, because I felt sorry for the lady. I knew she's getting tired of it. So I just knew it couldn't be my children. It couldn't be. My girls were good girls. They wouldn't irritate somebody like that. They knew better than that. So I just knew it had to be the neighbor kids across the street. But as the day wore on and I kept watching, guess who I caught? I caught two little girls. They were going up to the neighbor's house. They wasn't only doing one neighbor, they was doing 3 or 4 of the neighbors in the neighborhood. They'd run up there and knock on their door like they was riding their bicycle or something, and that's what I thought they was doing, was out playing on the sidewalk, and then they'd run home, and I caught them. So we had to have this big long lecture on bothering the neighborhood and doing things like that wasn't really right. It's fun. Oh yes, it was lots of fun. But it's just something you don't do to your neighbors. And I had to explain it to them. But I never did say anything to anybody, but I think the neighbor lady had seen my girls do that. But she hated to tell me my kids was acting like that. But I caught them myself, and we corrected that little problem. But, kids have fun at things, and they don't think about it hurting other people's feelings or bothering somebody else. But my little girls figured it out, and boy, they was having a blast, because they would see everybody go to their door to see who was at the door, and they was down the street then. They wasn't worried about what happened. It's fun to have fun sometimes, but sometimes we can carry it a little too far. Let's have a blessed day today. Let's keep our chins up and keep our chins. Did you hear that? I've got a double chin. Let's keep our chin up and live for the Lord. Have a blessed day.